I'm here at Bill Doobie Hyundai in Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. I just flew in to meet with Scott Doobie, the dealer principal, Tom, the GM, and Todd Cole, the internet director. I'm actually upstairs. I'm looking over the showroom. This dealer is featured on the cover of Auto Success magazine for their profound internet success. They went from doing virtually nothing online to doing over 70% of their entire dealership's business off the internet with zero conventional advertising. This is truly an internet dealership. They're doing extremely well. Let's go take a look.
Good, how you doing?
This is Tom, the general manager. Hello, sir. How long have you been in the car business for?
25 years.
25 years. And you're the general manager here at the dealership. How long have you been with the store?
I've been here since May of this year.
Okay, awesome. Now, question for you. What has your experience been with internet departments or BDCs?
I've been involved with the Internet Department or BDCs since 19, let's see, what is it, 2000?
It's about 2000, yeah.
And I've worked with some of the biggest internet departments. I was involved with Acton Toyota,
Oh, wow, okay.
and actually early on I was involved with non-automotive people with the MotorQuest group out of Michigan.
Question, as far as Acton Toyota, how many internet deals were they doing a month?
150.
That's awesome. So now this store was doing before about 50 units out of the internet department. What's your projected goal that you hope to get this department back up to?
Well, my goal for the dealership is to deliver 85 vehicles a month, no use.
And how many are you trying to be able to come from the internet department?
Yes, I really never given that any thought.
Okay, no, good.
They can all come from the internet department,
Right.
or one. It doesn't matter to me where they come from as long as we end up doing the business.
I got the perfect question for someone like you that's been in the business for 25 years. How has the business changed, like let's just say just 10 years ago, as far as conventionally to, how powerful do you see as social media and digital marketing and internet sales?
I think everybody that's buying a car today has gone online somewhere and researched the vehicles. And the customers, in most cases, know more about the vehicles, pricing, incentives, etc., than the sales force.
Now, question for you, because you have you're building a sales team on the floor downstairs. What is your opinion? I'm really intrigued about training the salespeople on internet stuff, like regular floor salespeople. How do you feel about that?
I think they should all be familiar with what we do in the PDC, if that's what you're asking me.
That, but what about them having the knowledge of where these people come from? Because what you just said is, I agree 100% that the vast majority of your people that come in prospect-wise, they've been on the internet to some degree. So what I'm seeing is a lot of dealerships are actually now starting to train their floor salespeople, not just their internet salespeople, about Edmunds.com, Kelley Blue Book, and how to handle an internet customer on the showroom floor. So what do you feel about that?
I think they should be trained on all of those, but I also, on a regular basis, will have the salespeople go right online with customers and use the internet to help sell the car.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a cool tip, or this cool thing. Can you explain this, a little example of that? Like, have you had a salesperson?
Oftentimes, customers will give information that they saw it online. They saw this online, or so-and-so's got a vehicle for X. And I'll say, let's find the car and let's see what the difference is in the car, and go right online and pick out the car at the other dealership, or check the incentives or the ads at another dealership. I think that acknowledging information helps sell more cars.
You know what? That's really important coming from a general manager, because what I just heard you say is something very powerful. Because a lot of times, because I travel over the country, a lot of dealerships are like, kind of wary or stressed out. Oh, this is an internet customer, and they don't want it. They're scared to go and use the information. But what you just said is that you kind of encourage your staff to actually go online with the customer. I think that builds credibility, and it actually kind of builds some trust.
certainly, and the thing is, I think when we first started, an internet department that I was involved with, MotorQuest Dodge, the guys that owned the dealership were not automobile people. And what we found was that people were shopping the newspapers, they were shopping online, and they were shopping dealerships. That everybody was touching the internet. That was coming in. They were doing all three.
All right, and I just love learning from people. So if I just take your minute, I want to ask you a really specific question. You know what a 20 group is, right?
Yep.
Okay, one of the best attributes of a 20 group, in my opinion, is composites. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if you know, but I have a real internet sales 20 group. So as a general manager, if we were going to construct composites for you for an internet department, what do you feel as a general manager with 25 years experience in the industry would be variable metrics or benchmarks for an internet sales 20 group composite?
I would think that leads, appointments, delivery, sales, and not only selling the vehicles, but getting them delivered, and probably gross profit on a per unit basis.
Okay, then I'm actually gonna I want to get your opinion on this. For me, things that I think that are very important, and Todd, pay attention to this right here, because this is I want you to be cognizant about. Maybe start taking some notes, because one of the most important things that I feel that an internet director and a GM should know for the internet metrics is how many opportunities do they get off the internet. And there's a big thing of internet emails versus internet phone ups. You're going to spend X amount of dollars on Auto Trader, which right now you can't quantify which are from emails or which are from phone ups just the right way. So if I'm going to analyze this, I want to know how many opportunities and from what source on the internet. Internet phone up, internet emails. The net metric that I think is imperative is knowing how many attempts did your staff try to engage these people, both over the phone and over the email. Next, how many connections? This is actually really important. Is J.D. Power says only about 12 to 15% of the time that they attempt to contact somebody, they're going to get somebody on the phone. And if we start tracking what the actual connections are, it can kind of give us a Da Vinci Code analysis of where we're at. After how many connections, how many appointments? How many appointment confirmations? How many appointment shows? How many appointment deliveries? Front end gross, back end gross, and then also how many leads were deaded? Okay, and then this is very also critical. Why were they dead? Dead deal bought elsewhere, dead deal trade, dead deal distance, dead deal crazy, dead deal credit, dead deal etc. If we could analyze those metrics like a 20 group, I think that Todd, you'd be extremely powerful. And here's the thing that I would say is that there's certain numbers that when I was an internet director, I would remember like Rain Man, honestly, like 732 toothpicks. And those variables right there, I didn't have to go looking for papers. What I want you to do me a favor is I want you to start to try to ingrain that in your head from your 3-minute books or what have you. And what's going to happen is you're going to know that constantly, because if you could control those variables right there, you're going to be able to enhance your department or tweak stuff. Does that make sense? Would you agree with the assessment that I just said with those variables?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Now I'm going to